Okay, half a day, and welcome to the post-game press conference for the 2027 World Cup qualifiers, Basketball World Cup qualifiers Group A Window 2 between host team Guam and visiting team New Zealand. The final score of today's contest played here at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse was Team New Zealand 99 and Guam 67. Part 1 of our press conference will feature the visiting team from New Zealand with head coach Judd Flevel and player Jack Andrew joining us this evening. We'd like to invite Coach Flevel for his opening statements and comments about today's game, and following his comments, we'll go to player Jack Andrew. After that, we'll ask our media to have your questions ready and to identify yourself and your name of the media partners you guys are representing. So, Coach Judd, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First and foremost, first time to Guam, and I know that Guam is a growing in terms of their national team and on the international scene. It's great. It's great to have. And we watched the Australian game the other day, so we came in with very much full respect for this Guam team. And firstly, I just wanted to get that out there. The game, we knew that this was going to be a challenge. They're playing at home. They have shooters on the team, on the roster. For us, it was all about our defensive mindset. Two guys in particular, Simon and Freeman, we really obviously concentrated a lot on those two in particular, and tried to keep them quiet. For the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job. Late in the game, Simon got going in the second half, but for the most part, really happy with our team's performance on the defensive end. I just said that to them in the locker room. We came out and played with the full respect of Guam, and that's what Guam, I guess, they deserve to have that full respect. And so we wanted to do that, and I think we got the job done on that end of the floor.
Okay, thank you, Coach. And now, Mr. Jack Andrew, your analysis of the game today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun out there. Coming into this game, didn't have a heap of prep time, so it was sort of just making adjustments on the flow and doing what we have to do to sort of come out and get the win tonight. But yeah, it's just a heap of fun from my end. I think Judd said it all really. Yeah, great game.
Okay, and we'll invite our media partners in the audience to go ahead and once again identify your name and the media company you represent before asking your questions. We open the floor to you guys.
Hi, I'm Joanne Chavez from FIBA. So a question for Coach. It's been a big turnaround for New Zealand in the past 2 games. So what were the biggest changes that you saw in the team that led to the success?
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 games that we had against Australia were 2 tough games. And I guess, we did drop those 2 games, but we were not satisfied, but we could see some very, very good signs for what that team had, and in particular on the defensive end. So I think we really held on to, I guess, the importance of that end of the floor for us and the way that we play and to our identity. It wasn't enough to get the job done against Australia, but we knew that we were on our way. And the game the other night against the Philippines, we held them to 66 points, which was a good effort for us. And tonight, they had 67, but we didn't shoot the ball in particularly well from the outside. But once again, the defensive side is where we were able to solidify our foundation and then run out from there on the offensive end. So yeah, it was just a really, I guess, for us as we're going through this path. And we've got the next window in a few months' time. It's about, for us, connection and as much as we can, trying to have continuity. Jack Andrews, I have to say, he turned up 2 days ago to join us here because we had some players that were unavailable. Sam Timmins, Cruz Parrott Hunt, and Jackson Ball, our teenagers. So they just arrived the other day. So, I said to them, you're going to make mistakes. We're going to be somewhat rusty here and there on the offensive end. And we saw a zone tonight that kind of got us a little bit out of sorts, but they came straight in and once again added to the defensive side. So for us, that's our identity. A few things to polish up there on the offensive side.
Daniel Akimoto from Guam Sports Network. Were there any adjustments that you had to make in the second half, if any, that Guam surprised you with?
I think we were happy with how the game was going. What was the halftime score? I mean, we had, what was it? They had 34 points, so we knew that we were on track, I guess, as far as happy with the defensive side of it. Always anticipating that they could have thrown a zone, and so they did. They threw a zone at us, and I think in that third quarter we might have gone 2 from 13 from the three-point line. We had some good looks there, but yeah, we got cold, and that was the impact of the zone. We then tried to, I guess the adjustment for us was trying to attack it on the inside. I thought we did a good job there of landing 2 feet into the paint and playing off our interior passes and finding our bigs. That and the other side of it was the 22 offensive rebounds that we had. So the zone is, I guess one of the weaknesses of the zone is the rebounding. This guy here and our other bigs did a great job of it, cleaning up the boards.
And then what are your expectations come this next window?
To continue our identity and build on our identity on the defensive end. And as I said before, just trying to keep as many players as we can and retain as many players as we can so that we can sort of build off this into the next window. International windows, it's always difficult. We have players that come in and go. So that's always the challenge for any national team. And a lot of our players play around different parts of the world. So, availability is a real thing for us. But I think we're on our way. We're happy with, I guess, the direction that we're going. There's certainly, I guess, some things that I talked about offensively. I'd like to be able to get hot from the outside. I think we're creating good quality looks. We just got to be able to knock those shots down. And then the other side is just continuing to look after the basketball. I mean, we were pretty good tonight, but I'm sort of reflecting a bit more on the Philippines game. So yeah, those are the key areas for us.
And then one question for Jack. How fun is it, as a big man, to be able to get so many offensive rebounds and then, turning those into second chance points?
A lot of fun. I model my game around that pretty much. That's how I see my strengths and stuff, is just cleaning up the O-boards and, put back dunks and stuff that get the team going. So for me, tonight was really fun, and it's definitely want to keep doing that. Yeah.
I'm Matt Weiss from the Guam Daily Post. A question for Jack Andrew. You move so well without the ball. You're from inside, from outside. How early on did you feel that that it was going to go well and you were having such a strong game?
I didn't really try to get ahead of myself or anything like that, but I just felt like sticking to the game plan and trusting the guards and stuff. I know that the way they were playing, there's their big stepping up and stuff and switching, that there was going to be some opportunities for me to get some clean-up offensive rebounds and some dump-offs for me. So I just sort of stuck to the game plan and trusted everything, really.
So one more question for you, if I may. So we've got you're just getting on island and joining the team. What is it like getting that cohesiveness, getting that chemistry? Is that really tough? And how long does that take before you really start gelling as a unit?
Yeah, it is a tough ask, but with this group of guys and the coaching staff and even the help staff behind the scenes and stuff, it's made it really easy for us guys that have come in. It's a really good group of guys, good leadership group, and for me, honestly, it was quite an easy transition. Shouldn't be like that, but just the group of guys have made it that easy.
Okay, and that concludes the first part of our post-game press conference. We'll be right back with the team from Team Guam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for. Okay, and welcome back to the second part of our post-game press conference of the 2027 FIBA World Basketball Qualifiers here at the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse between home team Guam and visiting team New Zealand. Once again, the final score was Team New Zealand 99 and Team Guam 67. I have head coach for Guam with us, Coach EJ Calvo, and player Joe Blas here. They're going to have their opening remarks, and then we'll have the floor out to our media. So, Coach Calvo, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you to everyone that came out, and congrats to the New Zealand team. Of course, we knew that they were going to be a tough opponent, and I think we had some bad luck in terms of some of our players not being able to finish the game, but I think I'm very proud of how our team stood up for each other and filled in and finished the game playing hard. Of course, the score got away from us, but I think we're just going to take this opportunity to really improve every chance we get. And so I'm very happy with seeing how we fought, and feel like we're going to be better prepared to play them again when we meet in July. And very proud of Joe Blas and everything he's brought to not only this window, but his entire Guam basketball career. It's been great coaching him.
Okay, and Joe, the floor is yours. Any comments about the game, what happened today?
Losing those Jericho and BJ kind of killed the momentum for us. I feel like we're battling one of the top countries in our region for our sport, and like I said, we need all the help we can get. And losing those two guys, not only their importance to our team, but just the depth of our team goes down. And to battle a world-class team like that, you need every man on deck. And I'm just proud of whoever stepped up, and I feel like we all did. We had moments in the game where we kind of made some run, had some momentum on our side, and I'm just proud of the guys for battling that way and representing, especially because that was my last game. So proud to go out like that.
All right, okay. Thank you, Joe, for those comments. We'll have the media have some questions for the player or Coach Calvo.
Hi, I'm Joanne from FIBA. So a question for Coach. It has been a tough stretch for the team this window. But are there any positive takeaways from the past two games that you want the team to carry moving forward?
The positive takeaway is that we are here. We've never played at this level in terms of the FIBA Asia or the World Cup qualifiers, and for us to be getting this experience on a regular basis is going to be the best thing for our program, the best thing for our island, the best thing for the young basketball players on Guam that will become the future of the program. The fact that we're here competing, we never regret. And I think, of course, the players that played tonight will come back stronger and more experienced because of it. So I think we are very grateful for everything we've experienced this window, in spite of the wins and losses, because we obviously have a big challenge ahead of us.
Coach Daniel Akimoto from Guam Sports
Off the day,
Network.
Daniel.
Is there anything you're looking forward to for this upcoming summer window?
I'm looking forward to watching on TV. No, I feel like, along with Joe, yeah, we're going to be supporting from Guam. I'm going to say it, and it sounds cliche, but there's a bright future for Guam basketball with the, not even though we've got a legend like Joe retiring, Ty Wesley eventually retiring, but what they've brought to the program and what they're going to leave behind with the players they played with is going to be big, and there's more hunger than we've ever had to play at this level. So I think these next two games, obviously it's Australia and New Zealand once again, so we're going to approach it to just get better, improve on all our weaknesses, and give us an opportunity so that when these windows are done, the World Cup qualifiers, we're ready for the next Asia Cup qualifiers, because this continues for us, and that's the most exciting thing about this.
And then one question for you, Joe, is since 2006, you went from Pacific Game champion to now playing in the World Cup qualifiers in front of a home Guam crowd. as a player, how do you feel about Guam's growth in terms of national basketball?
2006 was my first. It was the micro games actually, and I said, I started from that time. I was still in high school, and Guam was still just trying to battle. We were actually battling in those 2006 micro games against Palau. So the games were close, and we had a lot of local. It was just a lot of the team was made up of a lot of local guys. Like I said, we used to go from playing micro games, trying to battle out, into going to Pacific games, which was our biggest challenge, and getting over that hump in 2015. Then to moving on to the Asia Cup qualifiers and now World Cup qualifiers, and I'm like seeing that growth of Guam is just, I'm proud of it, and I hope that inspires like a lot of kids because there was a lot of high school kids I seen in the crowd that I usually don't see at our home games, but I hope that inspires some kids to know that like guys like me, Takumi, had pretty successful careers, and we're homegrown kids. We're kids who grew up, went to schools here, and left some college and had some pro careers, and I hope that inspires them to come out and just push to represent the island, because there is opportunity and you can be successful playing sports here. So I hope if we did anything, or if I did anything, I inspire somebody to just kind of go my path, and take the sport seriously and be successful in it.
Matt Weiss, the Guam Daily Post, for you, Coach. Can you shed a little bit of light on the injuries, I guess, with Jericho and with BJ happened so early on? It really took the legs out of any sort of momentum that was going. And I know that BJ tried to play in the third quarter, had a couple looks, and just looked like he couldn't get his legs under him.
Well, we're of course going to take some time to confirm the extent of the injuries, but Jericho was a back muscle, probably a pretty bad back spasm. He's walking real gingerly now. Obviously something that, he's going to need time to heal, to relax his back. But I think he'll be okay. BJ, thank goodness, felt, a pain in his knee. After taking a look, it appears it's not too serious. It's something that obviously caused a lot of pain tonight. So hopefully he comes out with any negative on any serious injury, and he's just going to need a little bit of recovery. Now, in terms of, I want to actually correct Joe, because maybe there was a little bit of mental, wishing BJ and Jericho were out there with us, but we almost won the third quarter without them. Yeah. And we came out and we battled, and I was telling the other coaches, I said, because we're down, but I looked at the score, I said, but what's the differential from halftime to now? And I think they might have won by one. Yeah. So we battled them in the third quarter, and very proud of that. I mean, because obviously when you lose two starters like that, it's a lot of firepower, and we played strong. So something to be proud of. I think if you look at it, after that third quarter, then the fourth got away, and that's obviously the guys were playing hard, a lot of fatigue, and we went deep down the bench, and that's where the inexperience showed. But I think we're going to grow from that. A lot of it, the lead difference in the fourth quarter is where we kind of got away from us. I really felt at the end of the third we were still one run away. That's the way I always feel at home. We're one run away to get that crowd behind us, get it down to single digits, and make it a game. And yeah, unfortunately it went the other way in the fourth. But yeah, we just got to always think of the next play is all that matters.
And talking about the next window, July in New Zealand. Yeah. Right. So is guys like Ty Wesley, Ernest Ross Jr., are they going to be available for that?
Yeah. Ernest for sure. His season will be over, so he's just he's got a commitment to his pro squad right now. We understand that he's making a career, and he wish he was here with us, but and so do we. But he should be available. And Ty, we know that his playing days he's in the home stretch, but he's also expressing that he'd really like to play once more for Team Guam before he retires for good. Ty also has a lot of history in Australia, playing in Australia and New Zealand as a professional. So I believe he would like to play. I just, we don't really know until it approaches, so we just keep everyone ready, and we build the roster as it approaches. And I think if we get all our pieces together, it's quite a team. I think we'll be able to continue playing and continue climbing the rankings.
So one more question for Coach and one question for Joe. So after the game, you met at center court. You guys huddled. What did you tell your team after, when you guys were together? If there's
Well,
anything private you can share.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's private. It's just my love for the guys and my appreciation for how they fought in spite of the score. They played their butts off, and I always appreciate that because they represent Guam with pride, and that's what we're here for. You know, I'll coach and do my best. They'll do their best, and that's all you can ask for. And I thank them all. I thank Joe for everything he's done throughout my coaching career. Kind of, it's been a while.
Yep.
And gave Joe a chance to talk. Maybe he can express what he shared with the guys. But it was just a good moment for us. And I think the biggest thing is that we come together after losses because we'll be back. Yeah.
Yep, just to piggyback off what he said, that's kind of what I told the guys. Brought everyone in, thanking EJ for, you know, this journey that we've been on, and just me personally telling the guys that I was proud of them for the way we fought and the way we competed, and representing our home court, you know, and obviously we didn't get the result we wanted, but just to compete and be on this stage with these guys means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to our program, and I was just proud of them for competing like that, and that was pretty much all we said in that huddle.
If I can just
Sure.
one more question. So obviously a couple days ago we played Australia, so tough, and to think if everybody is healthy and if everybody is on Guam's roster, I mean, who can you not take on? Who in the world? I mean, this program is like sky's the limit, it seems.
I'll tell you what I said to the team before the game. I agree with that, and obviously we have to keep trying to get better. But there was a time where we were just almost in awe of our opponent, and we go, wow, we're here, we're playing in a big arena off island, or even hosting a big team here, like back in 2020 when New Zealand first came out. Although we give a lot of respect to the level we're at, we are no longer in awe. We believe that we belong here, and we believe that any given night we've got a chance to take down a giant like China or Japan or Australia or New Zealand. It's just we have to get better, but I think the feeling with us is we're very excited to be at this level, and now we have to keep working hard to get some wins at this level. Mm-hmm. So I think Joe should wait for LeBron James to retire, but he's retiring before LeBron James. He's a LeBron guy, I'm a Kobe guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Before you close out, I promised my son I would say Brown Mamba out.
And that concludes our post-game press conference. Thank you for joining us, and good luck to Team Guam this summer.
Thank you.